Christian. That's just a brutal region for the Cowboys. But Coach Nate Austin's done a good job, and I believe this is just his second year, and both times he's gotten them to the state semis. This is where their season ended a year ago, and they got upset by a lower seed in San Juan. What do the Cowboys need to do to make sure that history does not repeat itself tonight as it did a year ago?
Cowboys early in the year, when I watched them, they were quick up and down the court. They ran Richfield right off the court down at the Sevier Valley Center early this year. In that game yesterday, what was the final score? Like 35-34. I don't know what. That
was the final.
Yeah, it was a really close game against Ben Lomond. Now Ben Lomond a little bit better defensively than Richfield is, I think, but they weren't up and down the floor like they were early in the year. So we'll see if they can do that. Manti, as we all know, loves to do that. Manti likes to get up and down the floor. They like to pressure you. We'll see if if the Carter Killians and the Tate Allreds and the Brigham Mulfords, really Brigham's kind of that on-ball offensive player. He's the point guard, if you will. We'll see if they can handle the pressure of Manti.
Yeah, it's a good guard lineup. And really, Grantsville, the only thing they lack is maybe some size that they had a year ago. I believe Elkins was the kid's last name. Eakins. Yep. I kept getting it wrong last year. A year later, things don't change. So Cowboys and Templars about a minute away from tip-off here. Looking over at the Manti side of things, it's been a really fun run for a young Templar squad. They start 4 juniors and a sophomore. What do the Templars need to do by not letting the moment get too big?
Yeah, Templars like to get the paint touches. They like to get it down low to Christian Hansen and Reggie Frischnick. If they can do that, and that opens up the perimeter for a Dylan Anderson, for a Larson Progreski, and especially Kason Douglas, their most prolific three-point shooter, that's huge for the Templars. And they've done that these last 2 games here against yesterday against ALA. Just really ran them off the court in the second half, and against Juab as well in the second round game last Saturday in Manti. So we'll see if they can keep that going here in the state tournament.
Starting lineup shortly to be announced. Nate Austin is mentioned in his second season as the head coach. Devin Shakespeare, can you believe is this 8 seasons?
8th season.
That
3
is something
state
else.
Championships. Looking for number 4 in 8 years in Manti for Devin Shakespeare.
And those are Nick Saban numbers, by the way, if we're just being honest.
Absolutely.
And Coach Shakespeare, every time he comes to a new venue, he wins. We talked about this yesterday. First time playing in the state tournament here at Weber State for the Templars. We'll see if that is, in fact, the case for the Templars here tonight. Let's go over starting lineups for the Templars. Greg, who they got starting?
Starting for the Templars, number 1, junior Dylan Anderson. Number 4, junior Larson Progreski. Number 5, the leading scorer for the Templars, junior Kason Douglas. Number 23, the leading rebounder for the Templars, sophomore Reggie Frischnick. And number 33, junior Christian Hansen. As I mentioned, Kason Douglas leads him in scoring, about 13 points a game. Reggie Frischnick just behind him. Larson Progreski just behind him. Those 3 all average in double figures. Larson leads the way in assists and steals for the Templars.
Templars are 15-9 coming into tonight's contest, 5-3 in region play. The 2 losses to North Sanpete and a surprise loss at home to Unions. But since then, the Templars, Greg, peaking at the right time, no question about it.
Absolutely. Tough
last
loss.
2 games.
Tough loss to Union. Let Grady Gardner do some things that offensively that they didn't want to let him do, and lost that close 2-point game. But, you mentioned it, picking at the right time, 2 double-digit wins in the playoffs so far.
And starting for the Cowboys tonight, they are starting 2 seniors and 3 juniors. Carter Killian gets the start as a senior, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's the do-it-all guy. Shoots 50% from the floor, 38% from 3, and 79% of the line. Made the 2 free throws yesterday to get them into the position today.
That's exactly what you want. Those numbers right there, 50, 40, and 80, that's what you want as a high school coach, man.
And it's rare.
Yep. Yeah.
Coach Austin lucky to have Carter Killian. Tate Allred, the senior, gets the start. The other senior in the lineup wearing number 3, 13 points a game, 50% from the floor, 35% from 3. Brigham Mulford. I got to come up with a good nickname for this kid because he has got the quickest trigger, can stroke it. 13 points a game, or 12 points a game from him, 41% from 3, 89% at the free throw line. Wow. They also go with junior Dylan Richardson, who shoots 49% from the field and 83% of the line. And the junior Gabe Moritzen, not Mortison, like it was incorrectly printed on the football roster, as you helpfully pointed out, 51 from the field, 40 from the 3, 92 at the free throw line. The Cowboys as a team, 73% free throw shooting, and they made 5 in the last minute to win that game yesterday.
Yeah, 5 for 5 from the free throw line to send that thing to overtime against Juan Diego yesterday.
Yes. You mean Ben Lomond.
Oh, beat Ben Lomond. Yeah, sorry. To beat Ben Lomond.
And
yes,
then Morgan sent Juan Diego to overtime.
I was getting 2 games.
There were some great games.
Right,
there have been great games all weekend.
Yep.
Opening tip-off, Killian wins the tip. And the Cowboys in the white jerseys with the red and black trim, red numbers. Templars in the red jerseys with kind of a gray and white trim, white numbers. Killian gets it out front to Brigham Mulford over on the right side, guarded by Progreski. Goes to Killian on the bump inside. Carter spins, goes up, and scoops and scores against his numerical opposite, Dylan Anderson. Cowboys on the board 2-0 with our scoreboard brought to you by CO Building Systems.
Something we talk about a lot. The Manti Templars will switch on all screens. And sometimes that creates matchup problems, and it did that time. Carter Killian, a lot of size over Dylan Anderson.
Pick and roll, and that ball hung on the rim forever before it drops for Reggie Frischnick. We're tied at 2, assist to Larson Progreski. Killian gives to Brigham Mulford. Brigham comes off the screen. Now picked up is Tate Allred out on the perimeter. Hand off to Moritzen, the MVP in 3A football this year for the state champion Cowboys. Tate Allred, what a move. Can't finish it inside off the spin. Loose ball underneath. It's still loose. He kicks it out. Moritzen for 3. It's strong. Rebound to Reggie Frischnick. Good crowd, student sections for both these schools tonight. It's going to get loud here at the D Event Center. Damian Lillard would be proud of how loud it's going to get in here tonight.
That's right.
Progreski guarded by Killian out high. Killian's got good size as a point guard, and he pokes it away. Carter with the steal, leads the break with Anderson. Drive, scoop, score. Carter's got all 4 for the Cowboys. 4-2 Grantsville. 6:35 to go, opening period. Templars get it across the timeline, and already we're going to see a sub here for Manti. Off the bench, it is an offensive foul on Dylan Anderson. Devin Shakespeare doesn't like the call, and Keegan Strickland's going to come in for the Templars.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who Keegan comes in for. He usually replaces Christian Hansen or Reggie Frischnick. I don't know if Coach Shakespeare's wanting a little bit more size and maybe bring Dylan Anderson out.
For whatever reason, they don't let Strickland into the game.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been sitting there for a while.
Now they'll let him in. I don't know what they were trying to organize there, but now he'll come in and replace Christian Hansen here early.
So Christian Hansen's coming out of the game. Something must happen to him because I wonder if he broke his shoelaces or something.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's running over there. Maybe needs a retape job. Coach Derek Elgin over there helping him. But
Allred dribbles high, nearly loses the ball. Fortunately picked up by Richardson. Stops at the free throw line, gives it over to Moritzen. Moritzen comes off the screen, gets in the paint, floats it up for 2. It's short. And boy, what a rebound. Kaysen Douglas comes flying in for the board.
Kaysen Douglas does a great job. 2 hands strong on that rebound. He's done it all year.
Great rebounder for the Templars. Averages 5 boards a game. Larson Progreski thought about a corner 3. Throws it back out to Dylan Anderson. Anderson with the basketball, gives it over in the corner. Douglas, corner 3, good. Kaysen Douglas with a Douglas Dentistry 3-pointer. Templars take a 5-4 lead. Killian quickly down the floor, fouled, and will shoot 2. Reggie Frischnick picking up the personal foul. Devin Shakespeare does not like it at all.
He does not like that call at all. I'd like to see that replay if we could. Yeah, Reggie looks like he's straight up right there. Didn't lean his arms down over the offensive player. Coach Shakespeare's upset about something.
Coach Austin will talk to his big man Moritzen. Moritzen had to kind of adjust roles because, as you mentioned, Ekins from last year was such a big part of the offenses. Killian with a rare miss. Again, he shoots it at 79%. One more shot here for Carter Killian to tie it. Templars with a 5-4 lead. Second free throw good. Go Insurance sponsors our free throw line tonight. They serve all of Central Utah. Call Go Insurance at 462-3333.
Yeah, so Christian Hansen, you do see him getting taped up there. It wasn't just a shoe. He must have turned that ankle.
Seemed to walk to the side fine. It didn't look like there was much of a limp. Ran just fine. Just wanted to make sure he's good to go, and I'm guessing he is going to sub back into this game. Progreski puts it on the floor to the bump. Baseline shot. Good, tough shot. Larson Progreski with the deuce. Templars take it a 7-5 lead. Killian inside again. Templars don't have an answer for Carter Killian. Is that all 7?
Yeah, 7 points for Carter Killian, 7 points for the Cowboys.
Carter missed, if I remember right, a big free throw last year against San Juan. He's taking it personal tonight. Douglas, another triple. It's off. Long rebound to Carter Killian. Carter leads the break. Gets it out to Brigham Mulford. Mulford will stop, leave it for Carter Killian out at the three-point line, guarded by Frischnick. The senior against the sophomore. Takes it up again and scores. All 9 for Carter Killian. It's Carter Killian 9, Manti 7. He's got all 9 Grantsville points.
Yeah, and we talked about in the pregame show, we talked about will Grantsville be able to be up and down the court like they were early this year, and they have been so
off
far.
Of made buckets, too. I mean,
yep.
It is Progresky, thinking about beyond the NBA line. Picks up his dribble. It's tipped. Moritzen deflects it. Killian, just dribbled it off his foot. It's like a receiver in foot. He was looking ahead before really securing the basketball there. It'll stay Templar basketball. Kayston Larson checking in with his newly appointed nickname from yesterday, the Sampler. He does a little bit of everything. And I did get approval from him to use the name.
Did you ask him?
I did ask him.
Okay.
I told his mom about it, and she was also on board.
All right, there you go. Little onion rings, little chicken wings, sure.
Mott sticks.
There you go.
Progresky picks up his dribble. Mulford pestering outside. Douglas now with the basketball. Lobs for Larson. Beautifully done. What a pass. The assist from Kayston Douglas to Larson Progresky. And now Larson picking up Brigham Mulford full court. Don't want to let the Cowboys get up and down on a made basket. Sub into the game. Number 33 is checked in. That is Blake Bunderson, the junior. For the Cowboys, they also go with Jay Sandberg. Inside, Moritzen kicks it out. Mulford, good-looking triple. Can't leave him that open. Brigham Mulford with a 3, and the first points not from Carter Killian for the Cowboys belong to Brigham Mulford, who missed early in the season. I believe he had a fractured hand.
And you talked about his quick trigger, and right there, that was on display. Caught that, rose up quick.
Kayston Larson with the basketball, pulls it out, hounded out in front by Bunderson. Larson puts it on the deck, now swings to Reggie Frischnick. Reggie will put it on the floor now, picks up his dribble. Nowhere to go with it now. Douglas. Kayston drives baseline. Kicks it out near travel. Very close. Very close there. Progresky pulls out now for the Templars, guarded by Tate Allred. It's Kayston Douglas driving inside, spins, scoops, can't finish it, taps it, and it's controlled by Allred. Letting them play early here. A little bit of physicality.
Yeah. Kayston Douglas maybe looked like might have been an offensive foul there, but nothing called. It might have been a sell job by Mulford there as well.
Moritzen loves that 14-foot shot. It rolls off the rim. Guess who? Reggie Frischnick, the rebound for the Templars. Kayston Larson gets it up ahead. Keegan Strickland pulls it out. Now up to Reggie, three-point line. Reggie puts it on the deck. Strong move. Goes up for 2. Can't quite finish it. Good defense from Gabe Moritzen there, staying vertical.
Gabe Moritzen, one of the few guys that's I think strong enough to stay in front of Reggie Frischnick.
And Mulford was almost too open. Templars control. Larson. Douglas, 3. Quick release. Speaking of quick triggers,
got it.
Kayston Douglas with a Douglas Dentistry three-pointer. Show off that smile at 2'8", 3,800.
12-12 now. Kayston Douglas just matching Brigham Mulford on that quick release 3.
Moritzen in the corner. Good ball movement. Mulford drives. Gives to Moritzen in the paint. He's going to kick it out to Tate Allred. Tate puts it on the floor. This is where Tate's great, is at penetrating. Finishes there with the left hand. Cowboys take a 14-12 lead, under 2 to go. Such a fast pace opening quarter.
Yeah.
Ben Lohman doesn't like to run. These two teams do. Keegan Strickland for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Sandberg. Mulford bumped by Progresky. No call. Gets it across the timeline. Now over to Allred. Puts it on the deck again. Allred is so smooth at getting to the basket. Finishes with the right hand. A Security National Mortgage timeout called by Coach Shakespeare. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, ETV, and MTCC Channel 3.
Skyline Motorsports is proud to support North San Pete High School sports. So remember, if you're in the market for a new side-by-side or ATV, you need to get into Skyline Motorsports. They have the latest Kimco has to offer. Skyline Motorsports also carries all the latest riding gear and accessories for your outdoor needs. And they have the best service department in the county. So drop on into Skyline Motorsports today and go Hawks. You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back. That timeout brought to you by Security National Mortgage, an award-winning top 50 mortgage lender with 25 years of experience. You can count on offering better loan products with more options. Christian Hansen is back in with a newly taped ankle, and I'm wondering if he did change his shoelaces too. Maybe his shoelace got stepped on, and that's maybe where the ankle roll happened. I don't know.
Yeah, because he looks like he's walking fine out there. But Dylan Christensen into the game as well for the Templars for the first time.
Cowboys quickly put Carter. That was not a long sit for Carter Killian. Progreski, a little bit of pressure here from the Cowboys. Kasten Larson with it now, gets it over to Larson. Picks up his dribble, will lob it inside for Hansen. It goes off the backboard. Dylan Christensen has it. Kasten Larson catches, takes the three, it's off the mark, and the ball hits the ground before Mulford picks it up. Mulford out to Killian. Carter drives, loses control of the basketball. It was clearly out of bounds. I don't know how you don't call that even the travel. And Kasten Larson inside. Offensive foul. Kasten taking the charge. The sampler doing a little bit of everything for the Templars.
Yeah, good job by Kasten Larson getting there before Moritzen put that one up. Yeah, that would have really hurt if that would have been an and one after it looked like Killian was out of bounds there.
Under a minute to play opening quarter. Grantsville with a 16-12 lead over Manti. Progreski gets it to Larson. A little bit more pressure here from Grantsville. Dylan Christensen. Oh, Kasten thought it was just going away. Has to save it. Progreski picks it up. In the corner, Larson gets it ahead. Dylan Christensen now with it for the Templars. Swings it. Kason Douglas. Another quick three. It's good. Kason Douglas came to play from the Douglas Dentistry three-point line. Templars cut the lead to 1.
9 points for Kason Douglas. That looked like an offensive foul as well. We'll see what that one's called.
I think they call a block. That was a very bang play here.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
Still moving.
Yeah, Kason was trying to slide in front of that one.
Talon Rasmussen getting some minutes here tonight, the junior. Good long player. Kind of an interesting sub for Coach Shakespeare here early.
Yeah, I haven't seen Talon this early in a game this year, but he's a good three-point shooter for the Templars.
Killian catches inside, guarded by Christensen. Up. Great defense.
Good defense by Dylan Christensen right there, absolutely.
Kasten Larson, the rebound for the Templars. Gets it ahead to Larson Progreski. Kind of a 1-2-2 zone here for Grantsville for the final 14 seconds. Templars would like one shot. Larson's got it. Picks his dribble up, needing some help. Kasten Larson brings the help. Now over to Rasmussen. Ball fake, lobs it, and just nowhere to go with it. Killian now picks it up, and with 1 second, he's not going to get it off in time. And they say no shot. The foul would have occurred after. Templars avoid disaster. We'll be back with second quarter action next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Wouldn't it be nice to consolidate your bills into one low payment a month? Or cover the college tuition expense that's coming up? Or perhaps buy a new car? All without disturbing your investments? You can with a home equity loan. We'll show you how. We're an equal housing lender. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Hi, I'm Mark Anderson, CTE Director for JUAB, North Sanpete, and South Sanpete School Districts. Do you know what CTE pathways are offered at your high school? Career and Technical Education provides career, exploration, and guidance through 35 CTE career pathways. Did you know that students can find a career base on their interest and then build their academic courses around it? These pathways lead to industry-recognized credential of value, giving students a step up in their chosen careers. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in second quarter action. Tanner Wilkinson and Greg Sterner with you. CO Building Systems sponsoring our scoreboard tonight. CO Building Systems in Ephraim, your headquarters for pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. They also manufacture roof and wall panels. 800-262-5347. Templar basketball to start this second quarter, Greg.
Yeah.
Up and down game.
I'll tell you one thing that I would say, if you're a Manti fan, you're down one here. You don't want to be down, obviously. I think Grantsville played a lot better than Manti did. So if you're a Manti fan and you're only down one there, you're kind of okay with this.
Very okay with it.
Yeah, we'll see if they get more into their game here.
Douglas throws up a shot. It's no good. Rebound to Tate Allred. Kind of a tough shot in the paint. Mulford now gets it across the timeline. Gives it over Carter Killian. Now back to Brigham Mulford. Mulford will hold, guarded by Progreski. Larson, probably the Templars' best perimeter defender on this roster with no question. Killian with that size goes, and Larson might have kicked it. Yeah, definitely got a piece of it with the foot there. It'll be Grantsville ball.
I think that was Kason Douglas that kicked that, right?
Excuse me, Kason Douglas, yes.
Yeah, and that's and the unfortunate thing, if you're a Manti fan, is it looked like Kason maybe could just get his hands down there and grab that. He didn't have to stick out his foot there. It just went off his leg.
Killian deflected by Reggie Frischnick, and Dylan Anderson.
By Dylan.
And then diving on it, but then a foul because Dylan was there with the ball. That's going to be a foul on Dallin Richardson, another important football guy, and he's a little hobbled getting up.
Yeah, he just went into the legs of Dylan Anderson there. Good quick hands by Dylan Anderson. I've said it on games before. Dylan's does a great job at just being a pest. He gets his hands in there when you don't think he's there, and he'll get some steals. Just a great job there by Dylan. And then he can hit the three as well.
Pump fake here, gets caught without his dribble, gives it back to Frischnick. Reggie with the crossover to the bump, gives it back to Anderson. Dylan puts it on the floor. Tough little floater. It's off. Hansen bats it, but into the arms of Carter Killian. Killian up ahead, Mulford. Got to find Brigham in transition. He gets into the paint now, throws up a tough shot and finishes.
Wow. Don't know how he got that one to fall. That was a tough shot. Nice shot by Brigham Mulford there.
18-15 our score. Grantsville with the lead. Ball comes over to Cason Douglas, comes off the screen, guarded by Jay Sandberg out high. The drive inside. Douglas to the bump. Tough shot, finishes. What a Cason Douglas and Carter Killian are two guys. You lead your team in scoring, you better come to play in the semis.
Cason Douglas and Brigham Mulford just tit for tat. Brigham Mulford hits that little quick catch three. Cason Douglas does the same thing, and then they both make these tough little shots that go in, not using the glass or anything. Just throw them up and they fall.
Richardson to Sandberg, now over on the right side. Mulford. Tate Allred will take the three. Good-looking shot. Good boy. Thing about Tate Allred, just a solid player. Does a little bit of everything well. Especially on the offensive end. 21-17 our score now. Grantsville by 4. Cason Douglas guarded by Allred. Gets into the paint. Good Euro step. Oh, my goodness. And they are going to call the travel on this. I'd like to see the replay.
Yeah, because if he comes to a jump stop, he can take. Oh, but they're saying that he took. Yeah, instead of coming to the jump stop that he tried to with both feet at the same time, he kind of took a step and then that extra step.
Yeah. Live, you couldn't 100% tell, but definitely a travel on our replay. Big thanks to Adam Coombs producing for us tonight, and all our great cameramen. Joe and Cole and McKay had a great crew this weekend. Allred, Killian, little 14-foot J, short. Good box out by Christian Hansen that allowed Frischnick to get the rebound. Cason Douglas with it. Gets into the paint. Nowhere to go with it. Now Christian Hansen with it. Hansen puts it on the floor, picks up his dribble, cross-court over to Progreski. Larson a tough three. That's very long. Cason Douglas had it for a second, and I believe that's going to be last touched by Dallin Richardson.
I think the reason you kind of hesitated when you say Christian picked up his dribble there, it looked like if he would have kept his dribble, he might have had the left-hand baseline to go, but he picked it up, so it made it easy on the defense.
Ball in the corner to Anderson. Dylan pulls it back out, picks up his dribble, now goes to Larson Progreski high. 5:15 to go second quarter. Cowboys lead the Templars by 21-17, Missed three outside, and that should be Templar basketball. Reggie Frischnick fought for it, and it's going to be last touched by a combination of Moritzen and Blake Bunderson.
And it looked like Reggie might have had an easy layup there if he could have came away with that, but knocked out of bounds by Grantsville. Good job by them. Make Manti work for this one.
Christian Hansen catches, goes in. Reggie can't finish. Devin Shakespeare wants a foul. Doesn't get it. Carter Killian over. Three-point shot. Up, no good. Long rebound. Richardson. Killian puts it on the floor, goes to the basket, and is fouled by Christian Hansen. Going to be 2 Go Insurance free throws here for Carter Killian.
Yeah, you see Devin Shakespeare over there talking to the official. I think he's saying it was the exact same thing on the other end. He wants the same call on both sides, and they haven't called anything down low against Grantsville when Manti has the ball down low, but then there's been a few calls on Manti down there.
4-2, the foul count, and one of those an offensive foul taken by the Templars.
Right.
Killian hits the first of 2.
10 points for Killian now, looking for 11 with one more at the free throw line.
Brigham Mulford will check in. For the shooter, Carter Killian will get a quick break. I doubt he sits long. He didn't sit long the first time he was out.
Yeah, and 11 points. He's having a great game so far. Only 3 guys have scored for Grantsville. 11 for Carter Killian, 7 for Allred, and 5 for Brigham Mulford.
They're the big 3 when it comes to scoring.
Right.
The only other one, the next closest guy is Bunderson at 5 points a game.
Well, he got Gabe Moritzen at 9.
That's right.
Yep.
Typo there. There we go. Dylan Anderson gets it back to Larson Progreski, 23-17. Larson picked his dribble up, now back to Anderson.
Manti's just not able to penetrate on this Grantsville defense. The perimeter, they're just cutting Manti off.
Frischnick puts it on the floor, spins, kicks it back out, wanting a travel. Little kick in his step, drive, offensive foul. That was clear as day. These guys falling over each other down on the baseline. Great job inside. That's Eli Mondragon coming off the bench, a good linebacker for the football team of the Cowboys. So it'll be Grantsville basketball out of bounds. 2 on Kaysen Douglas, something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Tough if you're a Templar fan.
Kaysen has 11 points for the Templars. Only 3 Templars have scored as well. Kaysen with 11, Larson Pogreski with 5, Reggie Frischnick with 2 to make up those 17 points.
Mulford gets it to Moritzen, now cross court. It's caught by Bunderson. Blake Bunderson, the 5-point-per-game scorer off the bench. Over on the right side, guarded by Anderson. Now gets it top. Moritzen, he can take the 3 and make the 3. 41% for Gabe Moritzen.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a ton of them, but he is a good shooter, 40%. It's going to be a full timeout taken by Coach Devin Shakespeare.
Timeout Templars will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need, a system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by CentralCom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting CentralCom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in. Coming out of that Security National Mortgage timeout, Security National Mortgage is an award-winning top 50 mortgage leader. With 25 years of experience, you can count on, and they offer loan products with more options. Tanner Wilkinson and Greg Sterner with it. We talked about it during the break, Greg. Templars just can't get any penetration inside the paint.
Yeah, nothing going inside. We'll see if they come out with a set play here, some off-ball screens.
Douglas, deep 3, short. Rebound comes down to Tate Allred. Templars really taking quick shots as well. Mulford, the crossover, spins, loses control of the basketball. Now gets it to Moritzen. Mulford thought about the 3, good hesitation. Carter Killian now with it. Killian, handoff to Allred. Tate deflected by Larson Pogreski, diving for a loose ball, ends up in the hands, and a timeout's going to, I believe, no, they called the foul on Manti?
Ooh.
Really?
Wow, let's see that. I don't know where that came from. Oh, I guess they call. Yeah, Larson kind of got him across the face there. And you see that's what the official's saying right there. When Larson's reaching down there, it gets him right across the face.
Kaysen Larson comes in replacing Kaysen Douglas. Templars in a 2-3 here. Playing a little smaller bit of a lineup. Jay Sandberg returns. Jason's brother Braden, a good friend of mine from my college days. Former Cowboy player. Was good for the Cowboys, his brother Braden. His brother's got shorter hair, I'll say that. Killian over on the left side. Catch by Allred. Goes into Sandberg. Kicks it in the corner. Moritzen likes that corner pocket and hits another. Douglas Dentistry 3. 29-17. It's Cowboys pulling away, Greg.
Yeah, 6 points for Gabe Moritzen. Two big three-pointers.
Anderson, straightaway 3 from Dillon is no good. Rebound to Moritzen. Out in transition comes Mulford. Brigham Mulford dribbles. Kicks it over. Blocking foul charged on Dylan Anderson. Oh, Devin Shakespeare is beside himself, having to be restrained back by his coach. You don't see that out of Devin very often.
Yeah,
I thought it was a 50-50 call, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that looked like a decent call there. Yeah, Coach Shakespeare doesn't like it, but I don't know. I think if Dillon maybe would have kept his feet, and you can jump, and it can still be an offensive foul, even if you own that space.
Right.
But
well, Brigham Mulford, 89% at the free throw line. I'm willing to bet that is either the best or top 2 or 3 in the state.
Yeah, it has to be. That's about as perfect as you can get, and you didn't jinx him.
No. As mentioned, not superstitious, just a little stitious. So we'll say that over and over again.
6 points for Brigham Mulford. 1 more from the free throw line.
Extends the lead to 13. Make it 14. He just can shoot. You just know the kid can shoot. Dylan Christensen in for the Templars. Dylan had some good defense on Carter Killian early. We'll see if that defense can pay some dividends here for the Templars defensively. Larson Progreski gets it now. A little bit of pressure here from Grantsville. Larson's got to go with it. Crosses over and does get across the timeline. Larson, that left-hand dribble out high, lobs it inside to Christian Hansen. Christian able to catch it, go up and draw a foul. And the Templars haven't gotten penetration. They do so there, and they'll earn 2 Go Insurance free throws for Christian Hansen.
Yeah, good look down low from Larson Progreski to Christian Hansen. The triple team comes. Christian stays strong, keeps the ball high, tries to go up with it, but the triple team causes a foul. Just the 3rd foul against Grantsville, 7 against Manti.
Free throw good from Christian. Shoots a good percentage, the big fella, inside at 66%, and has just gotten better as the year has gone on.
Yep,
love his development.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot on these broadcasts for the Templars this year. Christian's really stepped it up here in the second half of the year.
Knocks down 2 Go Insurance free throws. Templars cut the lead to 12. It ends a bit of a drought for Manti offensively. Tate Allred guarded by Kayston Larson high. The big 3 for Grantsville have come to play, and then you get Moritzen contributing on top of that, and it's offensively been great. I mean, Grantsville's got 31 here with 2 minutes to go in the first half. They had 35 yesterday.
Yeah, the whole game. Yep.
Allred, great defense from Christian Hansen. Templars have an opportunity to run. Kayston Larson gets it to Dylan Christensen. Dylan with the basketball, puts it on the floor, in the paint to the bump. Little shot inside is no good, and the rebound comes down to Jay Sandberg. Templars don't do well in the one shot and out type offense. Got to get the ball moving a little more. Allred goes inside to Carter Killian. That's actually Sandberg with the assist to Carter Killian. Lead is down to 14, or back to 14 rather, for Grantsville.
Just a great backdoor cut by Carter Killian, and a good job to recognize it and hit him with an easy little bounce pass.
Christian Hansen again picks that dribble up. Same exact spot he did earlier in the first half. Progreski puts it on the floor. Floating shot for 2, bounces twice, no. Good strong rebound, Christian Hansen, and he'll go back to the Go Insurance free throw line. Good things are starting to happen for the Templars when Christian Hansen is able to get the ball in the post by any means necessary.
Yeah, got to get some stops on the other end to cut into this lead, but Christian Hansen doing some work down low. Larson Progreski takes it in, gets a decent look at the basket. Kind of a tough shot, but when you get those looks, you give your big guys down low the opportunity to get an offensive board and put back.
Hansen connects. One more free throw for Christian. And again, he had to get his ankle taped up, but doesn't even seem to be walking gingerly on it or anything. Seems like normal Christian Hansen. So Templars cut the lead back to 12 with 1:10 to go. If you're the Templars, the goal, stop the bleeding before halftime, cut into this lead a little bit.
Yeah, try to get it under 10 if you can. You see Carter looking at Coach Nate Austin, just looking for that call.
Killian goes inside. Boy.
Wow.
The kid's just good. Carter Killian on the baseline. Grantsville leads at 35-21. Hansen catches low again, takes it up strong. Can't get that one to go. Out of bounds, stays with the Templars. They're saying it was off of the Cowboys, arguing it was off of Coach Frischnick, Reggie Frischnick. Maybe he'll be a coach one day. I don't know. Nate Austin.
Yeah, it looks like they might have had a reason for that complaint.
Well, and Nate Austin was telling his guys, grab the ball. None of this tipping nonsense. Yeah. That's what he was yelling. He didn't disagree with the call. Pick inside, Hansen. Hansen goes up for 2, can't finish it. Rebound, Moritzen. Double team came pretty quick there for Christian. Grantsville not going to allow him to get a third good look at the basket without fouling. Killian out high with 34 seconds left, 35-21. Cowboys have the exact same amount of points they had for the entirety of their game yesterday.
Yeah. Just a totally different game for Grantsville.
Different scheme, the whole thing.
Yeah, it seemed completely different. They just didn't run. And maybe Ben Lohman just got back on defense better than Manti has. I don't know. I didn't. I called that game, and I didn't see that. But it does look like just a totally different emphasis from the Cowboys today than yesterday.
Killian picks his dribble up, gets it to Tate Allred. Tate puts
worked.
it on the floor. 3 seconds down to 2. Mulford from Damian Lillard range. Oh, in and out. Good look from Mulford. That's your halftime score. Our Jones Endemil Engineering halftime show coming up next. Grantsville 35, Manti 21 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Gunnison Valley Hospital is excited to celebrate our 90th year of caring. With 4 state-of-the-art surgery rooms, a full-service laboratory, 3 private labor and delivery suites, visiting specialists, and telemedicine partners, we are able to offer most major healthcare services right here in Gunnison. It is because of our outstanding team of physicians, nurses, employees, and volunteers that we are able to provide award-winning care to our patients every day. Trusted relationships, cutting-edge technology, and hometown hospitality. That's Gunnison Valley Hospital.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Bugs, spiders, I don't mind them. That is until they cross the threshold into my house. Then it's war. Stop the fighting in your house and get year-round protection with EcoLife. EcoLife is offering their Pest Shield package at just $29.99 per month with guaranteed results. You'll get unlimited service calls, an outdoor pest shield, cobweb cleanup, and winter pest treatment, all with a product that is child and pet safe. So call EcoLife today to protect your home with Pest Shield. That's 283-6002, or go to ecolifeusa.com.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Have you seen my turtle?
How would I know where your turtle is?
You always say you have something for everyone.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. Call 435-462-2160.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
You're listening to Live High School Sports Action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Our halftime show is brought to you by the folks at Jones & Mill Engineering. They applaud the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Templars trailing Grantsville 35-21. This Cowboy team, Greg, they knew they got away with one yesterday. Not got away, but escaped in a sense. You know, you got a close win. And after their disappointment in the semifinals last year, specifically Carter Killian, he's not letting the moment by.
Ooh, yeah, what a first half for Carter Killian. 15 points there in the first half for him. Man, when we look over some of these Brad James stats, these stats are telling. I like stats. I love how they tell the story of a game. Sometimes you can, sometimes maybe they don't tell the full story, but this one, they definitely do, Tanner.
Yeah. Well, Devin's brother Dustin looks at these stats. I'm guessing Devin looks at them the same way. 6 assists, 0 turnovers for the Grantsville Cowboys. 0 in the first half. Templars had a positive assist-to-turnover ratio at just 6-4. The problem for Manti, you only shot 30% from both the field and the three-point line, compared to 57 from both the field and three for Grantsville, and they made 5 of their 6 free throws as well. Went on a 19-6 run in that second quarter to now lead it by 14.
Yeah, 35-21, as you mentioned. Just all of these stats, the rebounding stats, Grantsville 14 rebounds, Manti only 8. Not a lot of offensive rebounds for either team, so both teams doing a decent job on the defensive glass, but Grantsville just hasn't missed many shots, so there's just not as many rebounds for Manti to go corral. And, you got 11 points for Kason Douglas leading the way for the Templars and 15 points for Carter Killian leading the way for the Cowboys. But Boy, oh boy. Yeah, the Cowboys, they looked good. I said at the end of the first quarter there when we were coming into the start of the second quarter that if you're a Manti fan, Grantsville played a lot better, but you were only down 1, so you can take some solace in that. Not a lot of solace here at halftime. 35-21. Grantsville played a lot better, and they're up double digits early.
Well, good news if you're in the neighborhood of Ephraim and Manti. Snow Colleges, both men and women, advancing to the championship games in their respective conference tomorrow. Badgers beat CSI in the men's bracket 86-79, and the women beat Salt Lake Community College. So men will face Slick tomorrow. Women will face CSI as the reverse matchups of what they had today. So good news there on our Barclay Mechanical score update there. Greg, let's talk some keys here. Manti's a young team. And really, Grantsville's not that much older other than the 2 seniors in Killian and Allred. So how does this we talked about in the pregame, how does this young team maybe overcome the big moment of this deficit now at halftime?
Yeah, so you got Case and Douglas that's 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Definitely a bright spot there in the first half for the Templars. Gosh, if he would only hit 1 or 2 of those, you're down even bigger. If I'm the Templars, I think they're going to try and work it down to Christian and Reggie. It's what's worked this year. It's what you got to do. You can't change what you've done all year just because you're down. Work it into them. Kick it back out for those open looks at threes. Maybe Dylan Anderson, Kaysen Douglas, Larson Progreski can get a little bit hot out there. I don't know. We'll see. And then on the defensive end, they got to hustle back on defense. They can't keep giving up these transition and secondary break. It's not even just the transition. It's that secondary break where Manti's defense doesn't get set and Grantsville races down the court and they get it to Carter Killian, who takes it along the baseline one-on-one. There's no help that comes, and then he's just making those kind of easy shots. He's 6 of 8 from the field, hasn't had to take any three-pointers to get to his 15 points. So if you're the Templars, it's obviously got to start on the defensive end.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how that goes. Halftime show rolls on. We'll be back with more on the Jones & DeMille Engineering Halftime Show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title. Serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint project? Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in St. Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 114 years, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
It's beginning to warm up again, and that means it is time to get your boats, motorcycles, and side-by-sides ready for another spring and summer. As you begin to polish up the chrome on your prized toys, remember how valuable these toys and the occupants are. Here at Risk Managers, we specialize in insuring these valuable items because we are out there with you in the hills and on the water. Please reach out today or come see us in Ephraim or Taylorsville. Visit us at riskman1.com.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in. It's halftime, propelled by Jones & DeMille Engineering. They applaud teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Greg, some out-of-town scores brought to you by Barclay Mechanical. What do you have for us from earlier today?
The only one that I've got, you got Enterprise and Kanab at halftime in that semifinal game down there in two-way. Enterprise up 23-15 on Kanab. We don't have the final from San Juan Roland Hall. Last we had was at half. San Juan was up
22-18.
Yeah,
I think.
but I don't have the final. I would like to know the final in that because Roland Hall was keeping that a little bit closer than I thought they were. So anyway, we'll try and get that for you folks. But you know, if you want to talk here, you've got Layton Christian, big win over Juan Diego earlier to punch their ticket to the championship game to take on the winner of this game. If we want to talk a little bit about something that's happened for Manti before, Manti hasn't had a lot of games where they've been down like this big.
Right.
They've had quite a few games where they've been really close at halftime, and then they put teams away in the second half. Juab a couple of times they did that. And Millard, they were down.
Yeah.
I mean, they were down about 14 at the start of the fourth quarter and then went on a big run to win that one by 1. So there is a little bit of a precedent for the Templars to come back from something like this, but not a ton. One positive thing that I would think you could say if you're a Templar fan is there have been quite a few games this year where it's been tied at halftime and then Manti's put them away in the second half. So we'll see if Manti can make a little run like that here. Try and get this one into single digits and then just chip away at it to try and come away with a win today.
The Jazz won tonight. That's an out-of-town score in a way. Jazz beat the Mavericks in a close game. I know Brad's not going to like that, being a Mavs fan. He's the only real Dallas fan that I know that was, like, born here, you know. Like, a lot of the Mavs fans I know are from Texas.
Completely random.
Rudy Gobert had such a good game. Actor Michael Pena, who is Luis in Ant-Man, tweeted about Rudy Gobert after the game tonight.
You told me he was a fan of the Jazz.
He's a friend of Ryan Smith, and quite frankly, who isn't? That guy's friends with everyone. J.J. Watt, Dwayne Wade, obviously now a part of the ownership, you name it. Second half about to get started here, though, Greg, and this will be interesting. This kind of adversity, you talked about it. Templars might be a better second-half team. And San Juan opened up on Roland Hall. We just got that 60-34. Wow. That is a second-half shellacking.
Kind of what we thought San Juan would be this year.
Yeah.
Right there. And there's been a lot of games where they have been that, and there's been some that they haven't.
Kanab beat them by 20, and Enterprise did beat them early. They've lost to both the teams that are playing for that other spot as we speak. So keep an eye on that. That San Juan team a year ago beat this Grantsville team, give or take a few players for Grantsville. That's not the case for San Juan. They brought everyone back. That's why they were considered the favorite. You move down a division and bring your whole team back that was already really good. So Coach Nate Austin not wearing the red jacket tonight. Usually he's got a red suit on.
He does rock that red suit to match his Grantsville Cowboy players.
The all-time leader in games played at Brigham Young University, Nate Austin. I got a good story about him and Devin Shakespeare, actually, that's very odd and somehow relates to this. As the pass to Killian goes out of bounds, Carter thought he was pushed. I think it was just kind of an errant pass. Stays with the Templars. I'll tell this story quickly.
Yep.
Nate's most iconic moment as a Cougar was a block shot in the final minutes of a Gonzaga game. At Gonzaga, BYU wins. The next day, I travel on the Manti bus to go to San Juan and Grand and sit up with Coach Shakespeare. And we talk about that game and how big of a play that was by Nate Austin. Now they're coaching against each other 7 years later.
There you go.
It was Coach Shakespeare's second year. Christian Hansen fumbles the pass. Possession should belong to Manti, and it will. Christian catches that. He's got a layup.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a post-to-post action. You had Reggie Frischnick kind of in the mid-high post. Catch that. Go high to Christian Hansen. That's worked a lot this year, especially late this year between those two players.
Yeah.
Not able to get it that time. Carter Killian steps in front of that one.
Coast to coast like butter on toast. Carter Killian lays it in, and it's 37-21 now in favor of Grantsville. They open up the scoring here in the second half. Progreski gives it over to Dylan Anderson. Guarded by Mulford. Oh, what a cross by Anderson. Floater. Teardrop doesn't fall. Rebound comes down to Dallin Richardson.
That's a shot Dylan makes quite often right there. That little floater with one hand, just not able to knock that one down.
Mulford fouled by Larson Progreski. Nothing Larson could do but foul. Did not give up the easy layup. We do have an update. Kanab is trailing Enterprise now 54-33, so the Cinderella run by the 10-seeded Cowboys might be coming to an end, as it looks like Enterprise and San Juan in a rematch. They played twice, split the season series.
I think each one on the road, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep. And how about it? An 89% shooter in Brigham Mulford misses the first of two. One more shot for the junior guard. Was good off the bench as a sophomore last year, kind of a spark plug for this team, and he connects there.
8 points for him now.
Progreski looks to bring it across the timeline.
Those big four doing all the work for Grantsville here.
All the points.
Yep.
And Frischnick can't handle it, and he was on the end line getting it into Christian Hansen. Possession back to the Cowboys. Templars just struggling.
Yeah, well, and doing what I said they would have to do to try and get back into this one. Get it into the post, maybe kick it out for some threes, and they've been trying, just not able to finish.
Tate Allred to the bump. Handoff Moritzen with it. Gives to Carter Killian. Allred in the paint. So smooth with it, but loses it there just off his knee out of bounds. Right on cue, he turns it over, and the Templars get it back.
How many turnovers did Grantsville have in the first half there, Tanner?
They laid a goose egg, 0, and that's a good goose egg delay.
2 here to start this second half.
How about it? Templar defense picking up a little bit. Can they get something going offensively? Dylan Anderson, guarded by Mulford, and they'll call the foul on Mulford. Coach Austin, I think, just more frustrated with the situation. I don't think he's frustrated with the call.
Yeah.
But knowing you're going to have a breakaway layup, still frustrating.
Yeah, and the Templars have had a few turnovers down here in this half as well. So both teams really turnover-plagued in the second half so far.
Larson Progreski with it out high, guarded by Killian. Carter's got some size. They lob it into Reggie Frischnick. Reggie catches it, and that's just taken away by Richardson. Mulford comes out in transition for Grantsville. Hesitation. Gives it to Carter. Takes his first 3 of the night. It's short. Rebound loose. Richardson just went and got it. Sometimes those threes take the funny bounce. Richardson. Baseline Jay Good, and the first non-Big Four member to score for Grantsville. 40-21. Templars without a basket here in the second half. Dylan Anderson into Larson Progreski. Larson takes it, scoops it, scores it. Larson Progreski with the deuce. Templars cut the lead to 17.
Yeah, beautiful little up and under for Larson Progreski. Just kind of got lost down there and used his pivot step.
Brigham Mulford, he can shoot the 3, and he hits the floater a la Mike Conley to give a 19-point lead back to Grantsville. Progreski outside, swings it. Cason Douglas, big three-pointer. It's off. Long rebound to Carter Killian. And Carter just dribbled it off, I think, again, was looking a little bit further down the floor before he really had established possession of the basketball and just dribbles it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Just dribbles it right into the Templar bench there.
Progreski, a deep 3. No. Rebound to Moritzen.
Yeah, other than Cason Douglas, just nobody from the Templars able to knock down a 3 tonight.
Mulford floats. No. Long rebound, jumping a little too early was Douglas there. And a timeout to Coach Austin. It's a Security National Mortgage timeout. We'll take it as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Thirsty for a refreshing drink or maybe craving a tasty treat or meal on the go? The Park and Pump convenience stores have it all. Take advantage of Park and Pump's Thirsty Thursday, where fountain drinks are just 79 cents. Park and Pump also features quality Shell, Sinclair, Exxon, and Conoco gasoline. Enjoy tasty nachos, frazzles, and much more. Stop in at Park and Pump and ask about their loyalty rewards program at any of their locations in Nephi, Mona, Levan, and Moroni.
You're listening to Live High School Sports Action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Synchrotron Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Well, a great shot here. We've got,
Joe
what do you call it, the traveling cam? Yeah. Mr. Joe out getting some footage for us. Shout out to Joe. Make sure he knows that, Adam, that we're giving him a shout-out here. We love Joe.
Oh, and you hear Adam just tell him, good job by these camera guys today. They Centricom, ETV put some money into these broadcasts, Mid-Utah Radio, obviously, and it's a fun thing. We're glad we can bring this to people.
Absolutely.
It's amazing the number of comments you hear from people that are listening and watching from all over.
So it'll be Cowboy basketball. Moritzen with it. Gets it in the backcourt to Brigham Mulford. Mulford across the timeline. 42-23 the score. Carter Killian puts it on the deck. Picks up his dribble. Moritzen with it now. Picks up his dribble. Killian inside. Now back out. Three from Jay Sandberg is well short. Rebound Reggie Frischnick. Someone's got to go get the basketball, and Reggie just picks it down himself and gets it to Larson. He's so used to just having a guy right there, he didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, he does a good job at the outlet pass.
Christian Hansen catches low. Scoop score. Great entry feed from Dylan Anderson. Only where Hansen could go get it, and he finishes for two inside.
Almost a little fadeaway by Christian that time, but he's able to finish.
Allred inside. Drive, scoop, can't finish. Rebound Sandberg. No look. Taken away. Hansen has it. Long outlet Larson Progreski. Larson will take, Euro step, float, scoop, score! Counted on the foul. Larson Progreski with the deuce, and he'll get one for free after a terrific acrobatic shot. Great job avoiding the contact and finishing for two.
Yeah, so what happened there, Brigham Mulford, he got set up in a great spot to take a charge, but Larson Progreski just did a better job of Euro stepping around it and made Brigham have to kind of lean into him to create that contact. And then he takes the punishment, gets to the line to add one more. Try to cut this 15-point lead down to 14.
Go Insurance sponsoring our free throws. They serve all of Central Utah. In and out. Frischnick taps it, nearly goes in, and the ball's loose and recovered. Checking back into the game for Grantsville, it's Blake Bunderson. Killian across the timeline. Templars had a little momentum going here, Greg. We'll see if they can build off of that. Crowd really got involved on that and one.
Been able to get a couple of stops. See if they can continue that.
Allred, boy.
Wow.
That ball hung on the rim what seemed like an eternity. It rolls in, 44-27. Douglas, Hansen, Templars on the other end. Lay it in, count it again. Christian Hansen getting through the defense, and a good setup from Kason Douglas there. And Coach Austin, I just read his lips. We've got to get back. Christian Hansen.
Yeah, Christian Hansen just doing a good job down low here in this second half. 8 points, looking for 9 from the free throw line. Couple of and one opportunities for the Templars these last couple of times down the court. Christian completes it that time from the Go Insurance free throw line.
Templars bring some pressure. Killian tries to dribble out of it, gets it ahead to Sandberg. Allred now into Bunderson. He finishes.
Yeah, awesome pass by Tate Allred that time.
And Nate Austin waving his arm, saying, "Get back." Douglas drives, has it poked from Allred. Out from behind, it stays Templar basketball.
Two of the most demonstrative coaches on the sidelines.
Oh, my
Coach
goodness.
Shakespeare and Coach Austin.
Got to get a coach cam going. Yeah. Tell Barrett that's what we're going to pay for next year to add this, just a coach cam.
There you go. Maybe not as much as Coach Condi from Summit Academy. Not quite as much action, but you see him walking up and down, telling their kids what to do.
Nate was the same way when he played at BYU.
Yep.
Great job getting it back to Kason Douglas, and he'll go to the line. Another foul called on Grantsville. Coach Austin doesn't agree with that, and boos coming from the side of the Cowboys. Cheers from the side of the Templars.
Yeah, it's kind of, to be honest with you, it's kind of the same thing that happened to Manti on the defensive end in the first half. It's just switched sides here.
Douglas with a chance to trim this down to 14.
Kaysen leading the way for the Templars tonight. 11 points, 3 of 6 from behind the arc.
Hits the first of two there. the gym rat. If I got a nickname for him, it's that, because I watched him as, an 8, 9-year-old kid taking these types of shots. Makes them both. And taking a tumble. Oh, just some accidental contact between Anderson and Richardson there. Killian gets it ahead to Allred. Templars now need to get back. Richardson with it. Back to Allred. Blocked by Anderson, and they call the foul. Coach Shakespeare saying travel. Let's see on the replay here. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know.
That looked pretty clean. That looked pretty clean there. And they said they made a motion. The official made a motion to say Dylan hit him on the head. I was watching for that, and I didn't see that. But Tate Allred does a good job at just taking it at the hoop, man.
Yeah. He is very crafty, very shifty. Where's number 3? I need to ask him if Dwayne Wade's his favorite guy, because he's got some of those little shifty moves off the dribble.
Knocks down the first one to give him 10 points and the second one to give him 11.
Larson Progreski with the basketball now. Templars down 16. Dylan Anderson. Templars have picked it up offensively, though. Anderson picks his dribble up, going to send it, and Carter Killian picks it off. I think the ball was tipped. Killian leads it for Richardson. Shovel pass on the baseline to Blake Bunderson. Bunderson will pull back out. Templars being aggressive defensively. Bunderson gets it over to Sandberg. Jace picks it up and turns it over. Steal. Dylan Anderson now with the basketball for the Templars. Dylan puts it inside. Kick out Douglas. Thought about the three. Gets inside. 15-foot Jay is a little strong. Fight for the rebound. Boy, Carter Killian was the only man in the building getting that basketball.
Yeah, and Cason Douglas, he got his guy in the air. Maybe could have went up for a shot and got a foul and got 3 free throws, but decided to take that free throw line jumper, just didn't fall.
It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here for this one. Templars trailing 48-32. You like the pace Manti's played with offensively, Greg, but Grantsville's just matched it. They have come back and played really fast as well, even after made baskets.
Yeah, it seems like Manti's playing a lot better, but you look at the score, it was 35-21, a 14-point deficit at halftime. It's 16 now. So Grantsville still outscored them by 2. It's kind of similar to that first quarter where it seemed like Grantsville was, 6 or 8 points better than Manti, and really it was only 1 point on the scoreboard. It almost seems like Manti's been better this quarter, but they were still getting outscored.
Want to give a shout-out to former Templar and former Weber State Wildcat Jared Sheese, who's tuned in tonight. Was a good basketball player as well. Had some nice dunks in his career as a Templar, and obviously did you know he's the all-time leader in games played at Weber State?
Oh,
because
really?
of the extra COVID year?
Yeah.
And he's preparing for the NFL draft now in Denver.
I'm hoping we could get to see him in the NFL here coming this next year.
Even if he's a Niner, I'll root for him. I don't like the Niners, but boy, if Jared plays there, wherever he gets an opportunity, and he told me that, wherever I get an opportunity. And the thing I love about Jared, same guy today he was 10 years ago. Nicest guy, you'd never guess there's an ego at all. We love Jared. All Templar Nation does is Killian. That's a good foul. Carter was just going to lay that in. A good foul by Cason Douglas. Unfortunately, that's going to be 3 on Cason. Killian to the line.
Kind of random, and if Jared's listening.
If he's still listening, he was earlier.
I remember watching a Manti Grantsville game that he played in football.
Yes.
And I think he got tossed. Just the humblest, nicest kid, and I think he got tossed, or there was something. He's going to text you correct, but because there was something weird where he got a personal foul or something, and you say that's what Cole Meekum said to the official, not that kid, but there was something funny up there. So I hope he texts you.
So I was a missionary when that series happened against Grantsville. So we did not play against them when I was at Manti. Jared, a year younger than me, as Killian hits both at the free throw line, and I'm going to embarrass him here. You know what he'd watch on the bus to games? SpongeBob SquarePants. That is the Sheesh Show.
All right.
Douglas, of course, still having a great career here at Weber State. Blocked a PAT in a big game for them last year, as well as they run fake punts to the Sheesh boys because those boys were good offensive players for Manti as well. Douglas trapped with it now. Gets rid of it to Cason Larson. Cason in the paint. Gets it to Hansen. Ball was deflected. Christian goes and gets it. Cross court to Keegan Strickland. Keegan catches and loses it and is fouled. You got to call the foul there. Just simply tripped. And that'll be the 5th team foul on the Cowboys. Templars side out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm watching this replay. Yeah, and it looked like the Grantsville Cowboy foot just got in there and tripped him up. So
nothing malicious by any means. Just a wrong place, wrong time situation. But
fouls,
clearly a foul.
Fouls aren't always malicious. Sure,
no.
They're not always intentional. But
we don't got Bill Lambier and Kurt Rambis out here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cason Larson triggers on the baseline. We'll send it out to Reggie Frischnick. Reggie goes and gets it. Now crosses over. Frischnick with the basketball. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Larson in the corner. He jab steps with the bigger Richardson on him. Caiston will pull it out for Manti. 1:37 to go in the third. Templars down 18. Larson Progreski thought about the three, guarded by Tate Allred. Jab step, takes it on the baseline. Larson picks up his dribble, sends it back out to Christian Hansen. Templars with three bigs out there. 2 point guards, essentially. Progreski picks up his dribble, sends it out to Reggie. Thought about the three. I was at the game. Reggie hit his only three this year.
Yeah.
Up and under. Great move from Reggie. My goodness. Reggie Frischnick lays it in. Lead down to 16. Little Hakeem the Dream from Reggie Frischnick.
Not many guys with as good a post moves as Reggie Frischnick in 3A. Just beautiful footwork.
And that's a beautiful screen and finish. Bunderson came off a beautiful screen. I think Richardson and Carter Killian both setting that.
A big 18-point lead still for Grantsville. Under a minute left. 52-34. Bunderson with 4 points now.
Progreski fouled. And that's going to be 6. So Templars do shoot the rest of the way. After this is the 6. So after this, of course. Blake Bunderson picks up his second. Templars ball side out of bounds. And again, this is interesting three big lineup. I don't think Manti's ran this a whole lot this year.
I don't know that I've seen it at all with Christian Reggie and Keegan Strickland.
So who's the three in this situation?
Yeah,
Would it be Keegan?
Keegan, yeah.
Strickland with the basketball, gives to Hansen. Christian power dribble. Inside, finish the bucket and a foul. Christian Hansen has been strong as the season continues to evolve. He gets so there and will go to the Go Insurance free throw line for a Douglas Dentistry 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Trying to sneak the double sponsorship there. What do you think?
There you go. There you go. Good job. I'm sure Colton Douglas doesn't ever listen to these games, but I'm sure he's out there coaching. Ashton Swenson and Cameron Sterner into the game for their first action tonight.
42.7 to go. Templars have it down to 16 here. Two seniors, two of the fan favorites. I tell you, when Cam's on the floor with Cason Douglas, you wonder. I wonder if they're twins, man. They just look so alike. Brigham Mulford with it. Gets it over to Moritzen.
Christian Hansen did hit that free throw to cut the lead down to 15.
52-37, 33 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Carter Killian out front, guarded by Larson Progreski. Cowboys want to hold for a single shot here. They have 52 points through 3. Again, 35 for the game yesterday.
Wild.
Completely different game. Mulford holds. Now back to Carter Killian. Killian dances across over to the Big Sky logo on the left side. Screen from Moritzen. Guarded by Caiston Larson. Spins. Oh, what a move. What a move from Carter Killian. Finishes again for 2, and that'll end the quarter. Cowboys lead at 54-37. We'll be back with fourth quarter action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
At Intermountain San Pete Valley Hospital, we know that life may be different right now. We are ensuring your confidence and safety with things like temperature checks and constant disinfecting of patient areas. We are doing everything possible for COVID-19, but there is essential care beyond the virus. Broken arms haven't stopped. Heart and stroke emergencies continue to happen. Babies continue to be born. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms or other urgent care needs. We're here for you. Intermountain San Pete Valley Hospital.
Skyline Motorsports is proud to support North San Pete High School sports. So remember, if you're in the market for a new side-by-side or ATV, you need to get into Skyline Motorsports. They have the latest Kimco has to offer. Skyline Motorsports also carries all the latest riding gear and accessories for your outdoor needs. And they have the best service department in the county. So drop on into Skyline Motorsports today and go Hawks. You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Templars trailing at 54-37 heading into the fourth quarter. Want to give a big shout out to our stat man, Brad James. And you see on the camera, Brad is hard at work, giving the thumbs up. We love Brad.
Something.
He's a former Templar. Always happy to have Brad. And the tip of the cap. Now everyone could see it.
Yes.
We love having Brad around.
Whenever Brad brings us stats and we tell him thanks, his reply, instead of you're welcome, is a tip of the fedora.
Got a little Vince Lombardi in him with that fedora.
Little Tom Landry, little Vince Lombardi.
You should hear his Tom Landry impersonation if you haven't. It's amazing. It is so funny.
That's funny.
Cowboy basketball. Carter Killian with it. Got a big basket there to end the quarter. Templars, every time, Greg, they get a little momentum with a basket and a foul.
Their momentum has been cutting it to 14. I mean,
it's
just not. It's just. Yeah, Grantsville's just been the better team tonight so far. We'll see if Manti can flip it around in the fourth.
Mulford goes into Moritzen. Tough shot, finishes. Over the top of Dylan Anderson. Gabe Moritzen in the lead, cut down to 19. Dylan Anderson with it for the Templars. Crosses over, step back, guarded by Mulford. Two very comparable games between Anderson and Mulford.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Dylan make that leap as a senior. He'll take the corner three. Good-looking shot. Off the rim, tipped by Frischnick into the hands of Tate Allred. And he gets it ahead to Mulford now. Mulford waits and now gets it across the timeline for Grantsville. Cowboys with a 19-point lead, looking to get revenge on Layton Christian, a team they lost to twice during the regular season. Tough to beat a team 3 times, especially when the matchups are close. Moritzen, handoff Mulford. Carter Killian with the basketball. Going to hand off to Gabe Moritzen. Mulford thought about that college range three, now drives, free throw line extended, loses it. Larson Pogreski had it for a second. Now the ball's loose, back in the hands of Brigham Mulford. Balls haven't bounced the Templars' way tonight either, Greg, and that's just how it goes, how the game rolls on.
Yep.
Mulford to Moritzen on the right side, 6:34 to go. Tate Allred with it, swings to Mulford, left side. Ball fake, gives it back out Moritzen. Gabe will give it over to Carter Killian. Guarded by Pogreski. Long possession here for the Cowboys. Carter drives inside, kick it out. Mulford, wide open corner triple. That is just textbook. If I'm teaching a kid how to shoot, I'd almost rather show Brigham Mulford's form than Steph Curry's, because at least Brigham's taking good shots that everyone can make.
13 big points for Brigham Mulford and a turnover.
Pogreski throws it to Richardson. A good job by Dallin Richardson to go up and get the basketball. Mulford across the timeline. Moritzen on the left-hand side. Going to give it to Tate Allred. Tate puts it on the floor. Now back. Crossover. Oh, Moritzen right to the rim with the left hand. Game high 24-point lead for the Templars. Or, excuse me, for the Cowboys.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. Gabe Moritzen, if he's got that in his game as well as the toughness that he plays with, be a tough guy to stop next year as well as a senior.
Kason Douglas finishes inside. Coach Shakespeare calls a security mortgage timeout. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Renovate that old kitchen. Put a nice redwood deck out back. Add an extra room. Maybe even add to the family room with that pool table or 4K Ultra HD TV you've been wanting. Improving your home can enhance its value and improve the quality of your life. See us about a home improvement loan. We're an equal housing lender. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
You're listening to Live High School Sports Action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back. Templars trail 61-39. Coach Shakespeare using a timeout there. Kayston Larson back in. Well, the way this is bounced, Greg, looks like the Templars will be in the consolation bracket tomorrow. A good matchup against Juan Diego. That's going to be a real good test to end the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to, I've talked about it a lot, you want to play on Saturdays. You'd rather be in the championship game, of course, but the third, fourth place game is nothing to hang your head about if you're the Templars. And it's not over yet. You got 5.5 minutes left here, but, we're just making predictions, I guess. But, and Juan Diego's tough. Juan Diego played Layton Christian tough today.
Inside shot, no good by Sandberg, and another ball just bounces right to the Cowboys.
Yep. I knew Grantsville was ranked number 1 in the RPI for a lot of the year, and that got taken away from them late in the year and fell all the way down to number 3.
I was stunned. I thought they'd for sure be 2.
2, right.
Moritzen, bounce pass from Killian. lead back to 24, 63-39.
So I knew they were good, and they were the favorites coming into this game, the number 3 seed as opposed to the number 7 seed of Manti. I didn't anticipate this today.
No,
Tanner.
Reggie Frischnick with a strong power dribble and finish for 2.
6 points now for Reggie tonight. They've just Grantsville's beaten Manti, Tanner, in a Manti way tonight.
Man.
Taking it at the hoop, hustling up and down the court, a lot of ball pressure. Haven't had to hit a lot of three-pointers, but Grantsville's looked good tonight. And I went and looked at the Grantsville versus Layton Christian games just while we were on a break, and there was a 1-point game in there where Layton Christian beat them. So, who knows what will happen tomorrow night? I'll be watching, hopefully be talking.
Hopefully you and I will be doing it.
Maybe.
We're putting that plug in, Robert, if Robert's tuned in right now. He's probably closing out his game tonight. But ball goes in, and a bit of a bump there. Mulford pulls it back out to Sandberg, and Grantsville probably not looking to just completely milk the clock, but they are content. There's no question. Mulford drives. Carter Killian with the handoff. Kicks it back out to Allred. Tate to the hoop for the deuce. And Grantsville extends the lead back to 24, 65, 41.
Kind of an epitome of tonight for both teams right there. Good offensive play by Grantsville. Getting some loose balls, getting to the hoop, getting a bucket. Larson Pogreski fouled. He's going to step to the free throw line. Go Insurance free throw line.
The Go Insurance free throw line, which the Templars got their money's worth yesterday with Go Insurance free throws. Yeah. Not quite been the case tonight, but Larson will step to the Go Insurance free throw line. They serve all of Central Utah. Auto, home, commercial, life, health, and Medicare policies. Call agents Dan, Greg, or Galen at 462-3333. Pogreski knocks down the first, one of the better free throw shooters for the Templars. They've got some good free throw shooters as juniors. That's one thing you can really put some time into in the summer. I'm interested to see how some of these kids come back and shoot it from the line next year. Dylan Christensen comes in for the Templars, replacing Reggie Frischnick.
Larson got that second one as well.
Yes, he did. Thank you. 3:23 to go. 65-43. Moritzen trying to get it in, gets it to Tate Allred. Templars come with the double. Tate picks up his dribble. Nowhere to really go with it. Nate Austin's going to call a timeout. We'll take it as well. It's a Security National Mortgage timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in. 3:19 to go in this one. Coming up, we'll have our Sunrise Engineering postgame show, closing out what's been another great long day. Crazy. I've been here 12 hours plus, more like 13.
Yeah.
We got here about 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, you're working on 14, my brother. It's almost 11.
Oh, my goodness, you're right.
Yeah.
There you go. Barrett's like, I've been counting the whole time I've been here. So Carter Killian with the basketball. Now Barrett's looking at me like, what the heck did you say? Sandberg kicks it over in the corner. It's now Mulford with the basketball for the Cowboys. 2:56 to go here in the fourth. Christensen out on him. Mulford spins, now gets it to Carter Killian. Killian with the basketball, going to give it over to Jay Sandberg. Sandberg with the basketball. Bounces it to Carter on the bump, guarded by Larson Pogreski. The back down, loses the basketball for a split second, and now Mulford pulls back out with 2:41 to go. Again, Cowboys being very content. And Greg, you said it, and you said it well. They've beaten the Templars in a Templar way, and that does not happen a whole lot in the Shakespeare era.
Yeah. Manti really hasn't been beaten like this year since December.
Against other 3A schools, really.
Well, when they went down to the 4A schools and played the Dixie and the Desert Hills, Hurricane was a close game, but Salem Hills took it to them a little bit. But Manti hasn't taken a beating like this from a 3A school in a while. Yep.
Sandberg misses inside. Progreski. It's numerical opposite with the rebound. Larson comes out, guarded by Killian. The drive, the bump, the shoot, oh, I thought that was down.
Yeah,
rolls out.
Beautiful little hesitation move by Larson to get a little bit of separation, put that one up off the glass, just couldn't get it to fall, though.
Mulford crosses over. Mortison now, guarded by Reggie Frischnick. Mortison looks to drive it. Kick it back out, Brigham Mulford, guarded by Dylan Christensen. Goes for the steal, and, oh, my goodness, a hard fall from Mulford. You don't like to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if Dylan got him across the eye, or I'm not sure what happened there. Okay.
Oh, come on. Tough to see Mulford down. You never like to see a guy down.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring
hopefully those
like
Manti kids, they go help him up. I just don't know maybe if he got him across the eye.
That could be it. We're going to have a timeout here, an official timeout. We're going to take this one and be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
Gunnison Valley Hospital is excited to celebrate our 90th year of caring. With 4 state-of-the-art surgery rooms, a full-service laboratory, 3 private labor and delivery suites, visiting specialists, and telemedicine partners, we are able to offer most major healthcare services right here in Gunnison. It is because of our outstanding team of physicians, nurses, employees, and volunteers that we are able to provide award-winning care to our patients every day. Trusted relationships, cutting-edge technology, and home
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Bugs, spiders, I don't mind them. That is until they cross the threshold into my house. Then it's war. Stop the fighting in your house and get year-round protection with EcoLife. EcoLife is offering their Pest Shield package at just $29.99 per month with guaranteed results. You'll get unlimited service calls, an outdoor pest shield, cobweb cleanup, and winter pest treatment, all with a product that is child and pet safe. So call EcoLife today to protect your home with Pest Shield. That's 283-6002 or go to ecolifeusa.com.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in. Tough to see Brigham Mulford down on the floor. Let's see the replay
watch
here.
This replay. Dylan Christensen's just reaching for the ball and kind of catches Brigham Mulford as Brigham tries to swing through and kind of catches him. Maybe his head caught onto Dylan Christensen's elbow. I don't think Dylan didn't. I mean, there was nothing malicious there. And then when Brigham Mulford's going down, he hits his head on the back of the court, or he hits the back of his head on the court. Excuse me. And
tough to see. And this is big for them tomorrow because they have the state title game now. I mean, they're up 22 with the minute 49 to go, and concussion-like symptoms, that in a 24-hour period, less than 24-hour period, just not really going to happen. I don't want to play doctor or anything or speculate too much, but and a very good round of applause here from Brigham Mulford. Just tough to see. And again, you're up 22 in the. I get that in high school you want to try and have your guys out there for as long as possible. But Mulford now exits, and it's only the 5th team foul on the Templars.
I just don't know why it was such a violent Like, I don't know if Brigham, when he tried to swing through, if his head got caught kind of between Dylan Christensen's arm. I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know how it ended up like that, how Brigham went so hard to the floor.
Moritzen with the basketball, minute 44 to go, gets it back out high to Carter Killian. Cowboys just in the process of milking clock here. Carter goes to the rim, finishes couldn't finish with the left hand. Kasten Larson the rebound. Larson Progreski now with it. Larson gets it across the timeline for the Templars. Takes a deep three. It's going to be well short. And the rebound to Carter Killian. And Killian will trot this thing up as subs are now starting to get sent in. Larson out on Killian. Handoff to Bunderson. Timeout to Coach Austin. We'll take it as well and be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Back on in, 65-43 our score. Cam Sterner in the game for the Templars. We've got a couple subs here for Grantsville as well. Wearing number 23, Bryson Roberts, I believe. If I'm reading that, he's a freshman. Wow. Over on the left side, it's also Cash Cooper, the junior, who's checked in. And they go with number 5, Connor Sorensen, a senior. Christensen pokes it away. And out of bounds, it'll be Templar basketball. Checking in Ashton Swenson. And I love Coach Austin here coaching his young guys that are in, because we talk about it. Can't replicate live reps.
Yeah, Coach Austin's a good coach. He's done great things for this Grantsville program these last couple of years. One of the state title contenders the last 2 years.
Dylan Christensen with the bucket. 36 seconds left to play. Get it over to Christensen. Throws it up ahead. And 26 seconds left. I doubt the Templars foul here. They'll trap here. I don't know that you go for the foul necessarily.
Not the purposeful foul. But
right, it might happen, yeah. Right? Pulling it back out, Bunderson, and the Cowboys, like they did in football, are going to be playing for a state championship on Saturday night here at Weber State. The championship was here for football as well.
That's true.
So something to keep an eye on. Cowboys will head to where they were unable to go a year ago. Templars, a young group that'll get a chance tomorrow against Juan Diego. Your final score, Grantsville 65, Manti 45. We'll be back to wrap this thing up on the postgame show next. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10, along with MTCC Channel 3 and ETV.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Have you seen my turtle?
How would I know where your turtle is?
You always say you have something for everyone.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. Call 435-462-2160.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title, serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint projects? Hermanson's Hardware and Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 114 years, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Final here from Ogden. Grantsville 65, Manti 45. A valiant effort by the Templars, but just a good Grantsville team, Greg. Cowboys earned it.
Yeah.
Getting to the state title.
Outscored the Templars in every quarter by 1 in the first, by 13 in the second, by 3 in the third, and by 3 in the fourth. To come away with that 20-point victory, just really wire-to-wire win by Grantsville, I'd say. Tanner, just start to finish. Grantsville just had a great game plan and executed it very well. Yeah.
Cowboys shot really well from the field. I mean, you shoot 58% for the game. You're not going to lose very many games. 50 from the three-point line, 83 from the free throw line. That's nirvana you struck there if you're Grantsville offensively. So
3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, 12 assists to only 4 turnovers in the whole game. Yeah, just an excellent game from Grantsville. They looked like the #1 RPI team that they were for most of the season.
Templars only had 11 rebounds for the game. I got out-rebounded 26-11. Grantsville did have 4 turnovers in the second half, but a 12-4 assist-to-turnover ratio. You'll love that. I mean, what was that, 3-1?
Yeah,
3-1. Yep. 21 for Carter Killian to go along with 5 boards, 2 assists, 13, 7, and 5 for Tate Allred. Boy, that's a number. Brigham Mulford, keeping him in our thoughts and prayers after a scary fall. It's never good when you see kind of whiplash, hitting the ground the way he did, and hope he'll somehow be cleared tomorrow. We don't know his status, so we're not going to really project on that. But 12 points, Gabe Morrison. The Big Four. Yeah, the Big Four.
They were the Big Four tonight, all in double figures. Tough defense. All of them had multiple rebounds here, 4, 5, 7. All of them just, excellent job for the Templars. You got Larson Progreski had 10 points. Kason Douglas had 11 quick, early points, ended with 15 points. 12 points for Christian Hansen, 6 points and 4 boards for Reggie Frischnick. Kind of rounds it out for the Templars there. That's, again, your final 65-45. We're going to take a break, come back, wrap this thing up, and this has been the Sunrise Engineering Postgame Show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
It's beginning to warm up again, and that means it is time to get your boats, motorcycles, and side-by-sides ready for another spring and summer. As you begin to polish up the chrome on your prized toys, remember how valuable these toys and the occupants are. Here at Risk Managers, we specialize in insuring these valuable items because we are out there with you in the hills and on the water. Please reach out today or come see us in Ephraim or Taylorsville. Visit us at riskman1.com.
Thirsty for a refreshing drink or maybe craving a tasty treat or meal on the go? The Park and Pump convenience stores have it all. Take advantage of Park and Pump's Thirsty Thursday, where fountain drinks are just 79 cents. Park and Pump also features quality Shell, Sinclair, Exxon, and Conoco gasoline. Enjoy tasty nachos, frazzles, and much more. Stop in at Park and Pump and ask about their loyalty rewards program at any of their locations in Nephi, Mona, Levan, and Moroni.
At Intermountain San Pete Valley Hospital, we know that life may be different right now. We are ensuring your confidence and safety with things like temperature checks and constant disinfecting of patient areas. We are doing everything possible for COVID-19, but there is essential care beyond the virus. Broken arms haven't stopped. Heart and stroke emergencies continue to happen. Babies continue to be born. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms or other urgent care needs. We're here for you. Intermountain San Pete Valley Hospital.
Skyline Motorsports is proud to support North San Pete High School sports. So remember, if you're in the market for a new side-by-side or ATV, you need to get into Skyline Motorsports. They have the latest Kimco has to offer. Skyline Motorsports also carries all the latest riding gear and accessories for your outdoor needs. And they have the best service department in the county. So drop on into Skyline Motorsports today and go Hawks. You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3.
Sunrise Engineering postgame show, serving communities for over 40 years. Sunrise Engineering. Learn more at sunrise-eng.com. As the building's emptying out, we got to get cleaned out here because we got games at Bonneville High tomorrow. All the consolation bracket games, Greg, will take place at Bonneville High starting, I believe, at 9:30 tomorrow morning. And then the championship games are back here starting at 5. Women's game is at 5. I believe the men's at 7 or 7:30.
It's 7:30, I think. But I'm trying to look up what time the boys' game is. I should have had that. The Manti game tomorrow. The Manti game tomorrow.
Manti's game specifically here. Let's 2
o'clock. 2 o'clock. We're here.
2 o'clock.
Adam Coombs.
Adam Coombs looking like it will be 2 o'clock tomorrow between the Templars and Juan Diego. Just quick thought going in as we wrap up here on that matchup for the Templars and Juan Diego.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. That'll be a tough one for the Templars. They're going to have to come out. I thought Juan Diego was one of the best two teams really all throughout the year. I thought Layton Christian and Juan Diego. I thought Grantsville was probably third. And that might have changed my mind tonight a little bit between those two. But still, I think Juan Diego is one of the best teams. Malik Diallo is
How do you
amazing.
stop 35-20 tonight?
35-20 against the length of Layton Christian. 35-20 against the length of Layton Christian. That's going to be a tough task for the Templars. They're going to have to really double team. The help defense is going to have to come from the other block often if they try and front that interior pass. We'll see how they do it. It's going to be fun to watch tomorrow, and I'm assuming it'll be us on the call tomorrow.
I would
we don't
assume
find
so.
out until all the games are wrapped up who's going to be on the call for the next day. But
I would assume
I hope so.
I think we'll make it 3 for 3 for the weekend. Greg, always great to be with you. We always have a good time. Shout out to Adam Coombs for producing. All our cameramen through the entire day today. Barrett Hilton on the producing side of it. Too many cameramen. 1, 2, 3, too many to count, in the words of Michael Scott. So we'll wrap that up here. Your final score, Manti loses to Grantsville, 65-45. Cowboys play in the state championship game tomorrow. That will be at 7 p.m. It says 7 p.m. So we'll see if that is, in fact, the case moving forward.
Yep, and the Manti game is at 2. I checked the bracket, so it's at Bonneville High School at 2 o'clock tomorrow. But we will have it broadcast as well.
Yes. You've been listening to high school basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, MTCC Channel 3, and ETV.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.